Man, different day, same conversation. Here we go again. What's good, everybody? I'm your boy Slick 50 Man, back with some more conversation about boxing. This piece is strictly for y'all, man. I had a conversation today that was crazy, and I was like, I'm gonna put it out there because I want to know how y'all feel about this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Before we get to that, man, make sure y'all hit that like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my new subscribers, man. I appreciate y'all. Everybody who's hitting that like button, subscribe. It helps out a whole lot. Swear to God, it does. Now, this whole Terrence hate, and I'm only using that just for a little bit. A lot of Terrence hate, because it's how the conversation came up. My guy came to me and said, "Why everybody be hating on Terrence, man? Terrence is dope. This is that and the third." And I said, it's a different era. It's different variables in it. He's not garbage by far. One of the best pound for pound for boxing that we've had. And in history, the boxer usually catches the hate. And like he said, it gotta be a little bit more to that. And it is. It's just a lot to explain, in the little time we had to converse, right? So at the end of the day, man, I was like, you know what, dog? I'm gonna do a video, check it out, comment on it, or whatever the case may be. This is my take on it. You have errors for a reason. And first and foremost, I want to point this out. For me, the O isn't significant, right? I've been watching boxing since I was in diapers. And boxers back then were revered with their losses. And it's more boxers out there than the credible names that of boxers who took losses like the Sugar Ray Leonards and all of them, the Four Kings. It go all the way back with Alexis Aguelo. I think he won his first 3 bouts, and then he lost 2 and took off from there. Lomachenko, everybody still loved Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? I think he lost to Salido, and I think that was his 3rd bout. Bernard Hopkins, Wilfredo Vasquez, I think it was. Yeah. Lost his first fight. Heavyweight Bone Crusher Smith lost his first fight. Juan Manuel Marquez. The list go on. Rocky Marciano, and that's gonna throw y'all for a loop right there. Because y'all know him as 49-0, but see, I know he was a pro at first, and he lost his fight, but he dipped back off and went back to the amateurs. Somehow they didn't keep that loss on record. I don't know, but it's a true thing. It's a true thing. Joe Frazier, George Foreman. The list go on, bro. And then those are people who lost their first bouts, their first fight. There's people who won their first 2 and lost 3 or 4 or 5 and went on and been revered. And the key word is revered. Back then the O wasn't significant. It was how you fought. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna bring it up to speed. I ain't gonna stay back there, but I will come up to like Mayweather. Mayweather was in the 30s, 130 or whatever. If you go to Mayweather, man, I want to say 30s, right? Yeah, 30s. But he had access, right? Olympics, come out. He was on TV. Every fight, TV. Who is this kid? Called himself Pretty Boy. Crying all over the place and shit when he win. And he was exciting, right? And part of that excitement was that he had people in the ring with him willing to take chances to get him out of there, and he was able to counter off of that, and it was real exciting. Them 2, 3 punch, 4 punch combinations and XYZ. You feel what I'm saying? And he didn't. And then after the 30s, he didn't stay at 135 or in the 40s too long, bro. I want to say he got to hold on. I don't want to mess this up, and I don't want to redo this video. Oh my God. People took notice. It was Vargas. I think it was Vargas. I'm missing somebody. And then I think it was Diego Corrales. That put him on the map. He didn't want to be a top rank no more. He was tired of being Diego Shadow. That did him. That did him, bro. He knocked him down 3 times in the 7th round. It was crazy. I remember that shit. And I can't remember who he fought after that. But I know after that, he went up. No, he didn't go up yet. Where did he go? It was somebody. I'm missing about 2 fights after that, I think. About 2 fights after that. Then he went up to 35. When he went to 35, he fought Luis Castillo. And people was like, okay, he can't be touched because everybody know that glove touched the ground. And boom, he went from there. And I think he had that many fights there. I don't think he did. No, he may have like 4 or 5 fights. But he had viable competition. He had Dow, Coralie. I can't remember everybody at 140. But he dipped off, right? And that's when he hit 147. When he hit 147, he took I don't know. I know he had one fight first at 140 at 147, and then he fought Zab. After that, it was like everybody he fought was crazy. After that, it was Zab, Carlos Baldomir, Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton. Oh my God, it was crazy. Then Juan Manuel Marquez came up. Shane, Victor, Ortiz. I think it was Robert Guerrero I can't remember who was first. Was it Robert Guerrero or was it one of them was first? Miguel Cotto. But you hear the names I'm saying? And these are all back there revered champions. You understand what I'm saying to y'all? Like revered champions, bro. These guys had their ups and downs, and people were still excited to see them with or without Mayweather. I don't care what you say. They were getting their fights. They still were fighting. People were tuning in to them. You understand what I'm saying? And they was willing to take those chances to beat Mayweather. Why? He was the payday. He had the push. You know, he had the machine behind him. And that play a part too. Matchmaking, bro. Like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I can't remember who else. Canelo's in there. Madonna. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to Terrence, when he left 135, where he got Ricky Burns, and after that, it just wasn't too much out there. 2 different eras, right? He did his thing at 135, 140, fought everybody who he could fight. I want to look, but everybody who he could fight. But you know, he didn't have that push. It ain't like he came out the Olympics. He wasn't on TV all the time. It wasn't until people took notice when he went up to fight Breeders Prescott at last minute notice, and boom. And then after that, it still wasn't no push behind him. And you know what I'm saying? It's a difference. You know what I mean? Just imagine, right? Just imagine if he did not start at 140. At 135. Started at 140, got the belts there, and hurried up and went to 147. And all the guys at 147 was willing to get in the ring with him. I'm talking about all the big dogs. Just like I named for Mayweather. Everybody I named at 147 for Mayweather were big dogs, bro. Big dogs. A couple of them was like at 154 or some shit like that. Big dogs. All right? Excuse me, y'all. I didn't mean to do that. But like I said, imagine if they was big dogs though. And in 140. Like he had some people at 140. He did his shit. But 147, if he had to go through Jeff Horn and all that, he went up there like how they was doing Mayweather, because Mayweather, when he jumped, he was going straight for belts, right? Same thing. Or he took a fight right before the belt. You know what I'm saying? I think he did a title eliminator twice, and I can't remember with who. But I can look it up. But if all the guys wasn't running from him at 147, I'm talking about if he got Shine off the bat, if he got Keith. He had fight Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia at the time, Earl Spence, all the top dogs at 147. People would be looking at him differently. Think if he was on TV, he had that push where people was like really, really getting to know him, and you could see him. He's on there. He dog walking people. He jumped up 147, and he getting everybody I just named. People have a different look, right? They will have a different look about Terrence. Now about the it's good fighters out here, man. It kills me that I hear boxers saying F the fans and this and that third, and I kind of understand because when Mayweather was coming, doing his reign, about to hit 147, UFC was blossoming. They was getting real popular, and they kept bringing up. He was talking about, they ain't nothing but backyard fighting. And the thing is, UFC shows a different type of love for their fighters. It don't matter how many losses they got, as long as they're going to throw a great show, it's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? And I think boxing needs to go back to that, because everybody that Mayweather won against, they still went on and had great careers, and people still tuned in to see them fight. Right? Didn't nobody say, "Oh, when Mayweather fought Miguel Cotto, he had a loss. He was garbage." No. Didn't nobody say when he fought Marquez, "Oh, he had losses. He was garbage." No, these were champions. These guys was doing their thing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they was doing their thing, bro. And I think it needs to go back to that. That's what I think. Fans today really think if you have an O, you got to go. And I beg to differ, because sometimes you got to be humbled, or you could lose and learn from that. You know what I'm saying? You could learn from that or whatnot. And it is what it is at that point. You know what I'm saying? I just hate that has that much significance. Mayweather was a great champion, bro. No doubt. 50-0, can't take that away from him. But he added so much significance to that it's crazy, bro. To the point where fans is really on that. Well, American fans, I'll say that, because UK don't do that to their fighters. Mexicans don't do that to their fighters. Americans do that to their fighters. And it's only Americans that are like really, I'm starting to see more and more. And I ain't talking about Terrence. I'm not talking about Shakur. It's other boxers out here saying this. The Tevin Farmers and all that. And it's like, that's not cool, bro. I mean, these guys, if you think about, if you champion them on, maybe they'll give you what you want. That's how I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a money thing, and I know it's a promoter thing, and I know all of this, but they got to be motivated to get in there. And if you think a guy got a loss, makes him garbage, that's crazy. Now, back to the part where I said a lot of boxers, they used to get the hate anyways, because they're not the quote-unquote chance taker. Back to Mayweather. Mayweather, all his performances were great. They were not great by any means. You know what I'm saying? If that fighter like Carlos Baldomir, he didn't want to take that punishment. He was all over the ring moving. Similar to a Shakur. Go look at it. You know what I'm saying? There was some fights where he got boos. You know? But you can't take, Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers ever to walk this earth. With an F, earth. Let me stop playing, y'all. But no, straight up, man, I want to know, like, is that really that significant to you? No matter what country you're from, this ain't just for American fans. I want to know. Hit it in the comments, bro. Like I said, I can look it up real fast. Terrence Crawford. All right, I'm going to go to Box Red. See what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm going to scroll to the bottom. All right. In his beginning of his career, he stayed at what? 135, 140. You know what I'm saying? All of that, right? Look like he was going down a little bit. And it wasn't until he got to Ricky Burns at 135. Then he had Gamboa, Beltran, Delorme, Lundy, Postal. Nope. Let me go back. It went to the end of his 135 career. Then he went up. My bad. Then you got Delorme. Nobody cared about Derrick Jean. Lundy, Postal, Molina. Nobody cared about Molina. Diaz. Then Dongo fight. Then he jumped to Jeff Horn. But look who he had at 147. Just think if he had the main fighters at 147, like mixed in with this list I'm finna give you, right? Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez Jr., Amir Khan, Kyle Velasquez, Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? In that beginning, right? Mixed up like how Mayweather's was with all those beasts Mayweather was fighting. And then after Kell Brook, he had Sean Porter. Of course, y'all know David Avanesian, Earl Spence. You see what I'm saying? But if you look how the trajectory of Mayweather went, he didn't stay in weight class too long. He jumped up where he knew his body was going to take him. So just imagine if it was that way, bro. It is what it is. I just think sometimes we blame the person that wants to fight instead of blaming the people that won't fight them. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all if y'all made it to the end. All that, man. Like I say, do everything you see here. I am your boy Slick 50, man. On to the next one, man. Remember, win, lose, or draw. Keep on pushing, bro. I'm out.